today. From GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Mason Rudolph and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today we've got a fun AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Kansas City. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. As we take a peek at the Oklahoma State product, their quarterback, Mason Rudolph.
And when Mason Rudolph is on the field, sometimes the scouting reports have to be revised a little bit because often quarterbacks like to throw short to get a rhythm. For Mason Rudolph, he loves the deep fade and he loves the deep post pattern. Anything over the top, those are his favorite shots downfield, and that's what gets him comfortable.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
First carry for Najee Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Harris running straight ahead. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Here's Rudolph now on second down. That's caught. Allen Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you
10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Here's Rudolph. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Rudolph's throw hauled in by Washington. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Rudolph throwing again. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Brings up how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. and that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run again with Harris. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Got his man, it's Warren. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll look to throw. Out to his left. Oh, the pressure. Smith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
4th down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Rudolph now to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Warren. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll buy some time right.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the gun, here's Rudolph. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Rudolph. Throw left side complete. That's Warren. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. Rudolph looking to throw it. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Rudolph on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball 1st down in this situation because 2nd down,
Harris is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Now it's Rudolph. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
He finds McKinnon complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now here's Mahomes. Rolling to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here comes a 1st down throw from Rudolph. It's complete to Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 2. On the give, this is Harris. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Now Rudolph on 1st down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Rudolph. That's going to be caught by Pickens. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Rudolph going to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown! Jalen Warren from 8 yards out. And the Steelers are once again back in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 2nd down and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Steps away. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. On the move to his left. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Mahomes now on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Forced out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it. Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. What was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's Rudolph off play action. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Here's Rudolph. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The end result, 21 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Warren is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Back to throw, Rudolph. Nowhere to go here. He lost lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline, there's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Boswell's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Flushed out right. A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be caught by Rice. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Harris will start the drive out. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. A couple of Chiefs there to bring him down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rudolph. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rudolph looking to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. James now to return it. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing now is Mahomes, sliding out of the pocket. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They'll get 34 yards there.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Flush to his right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Rolling to his right. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Shifts by him, and they can't bring him down. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory right at the 40. Rudolph. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. This is caught by Robinson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the 1st down with his legs instead.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. On play action, it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Alex Highsmith getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. The Steelers ready for their next possession. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now Rudolph. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Rudolph's throw complete to Freiermuth. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
This is 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Boswell's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by a field goal, 25 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 8, and defensively they'll say you can have that. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Mahomes will throw. Out to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Mahomes to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure,